January 20th, 2025. Donald J. Trump returned to the White House, reclaiming the presidency after 4 tumultuous years. His return was met with both celebration and apprehension, as the nation braced for what was to come. In a move that sent shockwaves through the country, President Trump issued a sweeping wave of pardons for those involved in the January 6th Capitol attack. This decision was seen by many as a bold and controversial step. This unprecedented act of clemency, encompassing a staggering number of individuals, thrust the events of that infamous day back into the national spotlight. The media buzzed with debates and discussions, reigniting old wounds and sparking new controversies. The pardons, announced just hours after Trump took the oath of office, marked a stark departure from the previous administration's pursuit of accountability. It was a clear signal of Trump's intent to reshape the narrative around January 6th. As news of the pardons spread, reactions were swift and polarized, with supporters hailing Trump's actions as courageous and critics condemning them as a dangerous abuse of power. Social media platforms were flooded with heated exchanges and impassioned posts. The events of January 6, 2021, had left an indelible scar on the American psyche, a stark illustration of the fragility of democracy. The images of chaos and violence were seared into the collective memory of the nation. For many, the pardons felt like a betrayal of justice for those who had sought to undermine the very foundations of American governance. The sense of injustice was palpable, and the calls for accountability grew louder. The stage was set for another chapter in the ongoing saga of Donald Trump, fraught with uncertainty and shadowed by the specter of January 6th. The nation watched with bated breath, wondering what the future would hold. The sheer scale of Trump's clemency was breathtaking, leaving many in awe and disbelief. An estimated 1,500 individuals convicted of crimes related to the January 6th attack were granted full pardons, a move that sparked intense debate. Among those who received pardons were members of far-right extremist groups, including the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, groups known for their violent actions. Leaders of these groups, facing lengthy prison sentences for seditious conspiracy, were among the beneficiaries, raising questions about justice and accountability. In addition to the pardons, Trump issued commutations, reducing the sentences of individuals convicted of January 6th-related crimes, further complicating the legal landscape. The list of those who received clemency read like a who's who of the January 6th insurrection, featuring many prominent figures. It included individuals who had gained notoriety for their actions that day, such as the so-called QAnon shaman, Jacob Chansley, whose image became iconic. The scope of Trump's clemency was unprecedented in modern American history, setting a new and controversial precedent. The sheer number of pardons and commutations, coupled with the high profile of some recipients, sent shockwaves through the legal community and the nation, igniting widespread discussion and concern. In a defiant address, President Trump defended his decision to grant clemency to the January 6th defendants, emphasizing his belief in their innocence. He argued that the individuals prosecuted for their roles in the Capitol attack were political prisoners unfairly targeted by a biased justice system, which he claimed was out to get him and his supporters. Trump's justification rested on the claim that the January 6th prosecutions were politically motivated, a stance that he has maintained consistently. He accused the Justice Department of conducting a witch hunt against his supporters, alleging that the legal actions were part of a broader effort to silence dissent. Central to Trump's argument was the assertion that the individuals who stormed the Capitol were motivated by patriotism, not insurrection, and that their actions were a form of protest. Trump's defense resonated with his base, who viewed his actions as a courageous stand against a corrupt establishment, reinforcing their loyalty to him. However, critics argued that Trump's justification was a dangerous distortion of reality, an attempt to whitewash a violent attack on American democracy, and warned of the implications for the rule of law. The Justice Department's investigation into the January 6th attack had been one of the largest and most complex in American history. Over 1,600 individuals had been charged with federal crimes related to the Capitol breach. By the time Trump issued his pardons, over 1,100 individuals had been convicted. Despite significant progress, hundreds of cases remained pending at the time of Trump's pardons. These pending cases included some of the most serious charges stemming from the Capitol breach. Trump's pardons effectively halted these pending prosecutions. preventing the Justice Department from pursuing charges against those not yet convicted. The long-term impact of Trump's pardons on the Justice Department's ability to hold individuals accountable for the January 6th attack remain to be seen.